The thing that we got right, I would say, is that our vision that there would be another form of computing that could augment general purpose computing to solve problems that a general purpose instrument won't ever be good at. And that processor would start out doing something that was insanely hard for CPUs to do, and it was computer graphics. But that we would expand that over time to do other things. The first thing that we chose, of course, was image processing, which is complementary to computer graphics. We extended it to physics simulation because in the application domain that we selected, video games, you want it to be beautiful, but you also want it to be dynamic to create virtual worlds. We took step by step, and we took it into scientific computing beyond that. One of the first applications was molecular dynamic simulation. Another was seismic processing, which is basically inverse physics. Seismic processing is very similar to CT reconstruction, another form of inverse physics. And so we just took it step by step, reasoned about complementary types of algorithms, adjacent industries, kind of solved our way here, if you will. But the common vision at the time was that accelerated computing would be able to solve problems that are interesting. And that if we were able to keep the architecture consistent, meaning have an architecture where software that you develop today could run on a large install base that you've left behind, and the software that you created in the past would be accelerated even further by new technology. This way of thinking about architecture compatibility, creating large install base, taking the software investment of the ecosystem along with us, that psychology started in 1993, and we carried it to this day, which is the reason why NVIDIA's CUDA has such a massive install base, and that, because we always protected it. Protecting the investment of software developers has been the #1 priority of our company since the very beginning. Mm-hmm. And going forward, some of the things that we solved along the way, of course, learning how to be a founder, learning how to be a CEO, learning how to conduct a business, learning how to build a company.
Not easy stuff.
These are all, new skills, and we're just kind of like learning how to invent the modern computer gaming industry. NVIDIA, people don't know this, but NVIDIA is the largest install base of video game architecture in the world. GeForce is some 300 million gamers in the world. Still growing incredibly well, super vibrant. And so I think every single time we had to go and enter into a new market, we had to learn new algorithms, new market dynamics, create new ecosystems. And the reason why we have to do that is because, unlike a general purpose computer, if you built that processor, then everything eventually just kind of works. But we're an accelerated computer, which means the question you have to ask yourself is, what do you accelerate? There's no such thing as a universal accelerator.
In the whirlwind of stock market news, Nvidia has captured the spotlight with bold claims of a remarkable stock rally, as whispered by financial analysts around the globe. The narrative that's flying under the ticker involves a predicted boost, potentially shooting stocks to a staggering $204, thanks to a dance between AI supercomputers and ambitious partnerships with SoftBank Group. Nvidia's presence in the market is both intriguing and formidable. Icons like Jensen Huang, Nvidia's CEO, are at the helm, steering the company through a frothy sea of AI advancements and technological achievements. While the headlines hint at new horizons in the AI spectacle, the details remain cloaked in anticipation. Will Nvidia truly redefine the stock game with this surge, or are we just witnessing the calm before another financial storm? Welcome back, everyone, to Investocracy.
And Tom, I don't know if I need to ask you for like a specific price target on Nvidia at this point, but that was the market leadership until this summer when it broke down. What do we need from it at this point?
Well, I mean, Nvidia is still at the center of the entire transformation that's coming with AI, and Nvidia continues to be one of the leading companies. So, from a long-term investor perspective, I think anyone should look at Nvidia's congestion and consolidation as opportunities to add if they don't have exposure. And then I think for anyone else, it's just a time to be patient, because of course stocks don't just go straight up.
We'll go. There are a couple stocks, however, moving higher. Nvidia is up about 3%. Yes, almost 3%. The company hosting a 3-day summit in Washington starting today. It's up 25% over the past month. That move has pushed its market cap back up above $3 trillion and passed Microsoft into second place behind just Apple.
As Nvidia Corp gears up for what could be a significant third-quarter gain, investors and analysts alike find themselves on the edge of their seats. Guided by Jensen Huang's visionary leadership, Nvidia is projecting an impressive $32.5 billion in revenue, largely driven by its game-changing Hopper and Blackwell GPUs. These powerhouse components are seeking to cement Nvidia's dominance in the data center industry, flaunting a hefty 68% operating margin. With Blackwell units priced between $30,000 and $40,000 in high demand, Nvidia's production efforts are focused on delivering these high-value items by the closing months of 2024. According to Yanis Zourampanos, this isn't just a blip on the stock market radar, but a potential rally that could tick Nvidia's value up to $204. The driver? An increased embrace of AI and data-intensive applications, which continue to solidify Nvidia's lead within the tech sphere. Let's insert a bit of humor here. It's as if Nvidia has found the Willy Wonka golden ticket in the tech world candy bar. Betting on their chips is akin to ensuring that you're on the right side of the innovation chocolate factory. While Nvidia's upcoming earnings report on November 20th sets a crucial bookmark for its growth narrative, there's an underlying vulnerability tied to potential supply chain disruptions, especially with components sourced from supermicrocomputer. Yet, in the backdrop, Nvidia's past performance and technical indicators hint at a bullish path forward, even with an unfolded 77% forecast of positive returns in November. Such elements are a testament to Nvidia's strategic positioning and promising long-term investment potential. But before we go any further, if you want to keep up with Nvidia's latest updates and keep up with the stock market's latest news, you can follow our Twitter account. We post multiple times daily about the biggest changes and catalysts in the market, so click the follow button if you don't want to miss the newest market updates.
Masa is the only entrepreneur, only innovator in the world that has selected the winner and partnered with the winner in every single generation. Remember, it was Masa that brought Bill Gates to Japan. It was Masa that invented or brought Jerry Yang to Japan. It was Masa that made possible for China's cloud industry to happen, Alibaba. It was Masa that brought Steve Jobs to Japan and the iPhone. And many of you probably don't know this, but at one point, Masa was the largest shareholder of Nvidia. Yes. Oh. It's okay. We can cry together. Yeah. Could you imagine if today you were the largest shareholder?
Oh my God. Yeah, we tried.
We tried two times. Was it 3 times? I thought it was 2 times.
No. The first time, we became your shareholder by ourselves, buying from the market. We talk about we even talk about
some things we shouldn't share.
Right? That you and I had a private talk 10 years ago.
Don't say it.
10 years ago in my garden.
No, I know. I regret.
In my garden,
I regret.
at my home.
There's nothing. Okay, let me tell you what Masa said. Are you guys ready? So Masa said, Jensen, the market does not understand the value of Nvidia. Your future is incredible.
Yes.
But the market doesn't understand it.
That was 10 years ago.
And your journey of suffering will continue for some time because you are inventing this future. So, let me give you the money to buy Nvidia. He wanted to lend me money to buy Nvidia, all of it. Now I regret not taking That was a great idea. Okay,
That was the greatest idea, right?
Now we're both sad.
That was one month after I acquired ARM.
Yes, yes.
Huh?
And then we talked about combining the two companies.
Yes, yes.
That was another.
Yeah, that was
a good dream too.
SoftBank Group's collaboration with Nvidia adds another layer to this narrative by embarking on an ambitious plan to develop Japan's mightiest AI supercomputer. Lauded at the Nvidia AI Summit in Japan, this alliance zeroes in on utilizing Nvidia's cutting-edge Blackwell platform. By integrating Nvidia's innovations, SoftBank plans to transform Japan's tech landscape and, by extension, bolster global AI deployment. As both companies prepare to harness AI's transformative power in sectors such as telecommunications, transportation, and healthcare, SoftBank boldly predicts transformation across their infrastructure. With Nvidia's AI RAN solution, estimates suggesting potential 219% returns per AI RAN server. The stakes are high, and optimism is boundless. Such strategic maneuvers are brick by brick building Japan's status as a global AI beacon, while concurrently expanding Nvidia's dominance and investor appeal in an ever-complex tech arena. But before going any further, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
In the meantime, shares of Nvidia up nearly 3% today for its fourth straight day of gains. It is now up more than 40% from its August 5th lows, less than 10% from its all-time high. The chipmaker kicking off its three-day AI summit this morning. Morgan Stanley reiterating the stock as an overweight rating. Guy?
I think it was a super micro move if you throw that one up. But, we've talked about this. I think Carter talked about it last week. You're in this pennant formation in Nvidia. It's going to break one way or the other. Today, it shows signs of breaking to the upside, but I still think this pennant is intact. The June 20th level, the formation that Tim sort of alluded to, I think the stock closed above 140 that day and reversed. That's interesting. It's not been broached yet. So the question is, which way does it break? Is it going to break to the upside out of this pennant or the downside? Today's action suggests the upside. We'll see, though. It's not there yet, Mel.
And in the case of Nvidia versus an Apple, I think you obviously have two stocks where I would stay with Carter, and I just don't think the expectations in Apple are that great. Nvidia, we know they're great. And so now we've dealt with some production issues. We've had the company come back and pretty much reassure fourth quarter demand, they're saying is going to be extremely strong. And I get back to the stock, and I get back to even some of the market dynamics that have made Nvidia an outperformer, in addition to those ones that are obviously Nvidia specific. I think the macro supports Nvidia. I think it supports the names where you have growth, and I think the market is less worried about that multiple here.
The present excitement surrounding Nvidia's stock comes with both justified anticipation and calculated optimism. As the curtain rises on its third quarter results and collaborative ventures with powerhouses like SoftBank, Nvidia's position in the AI industrial revolution becomes ever more crucial. For the daring investor, now might be the opportune moment to consider Nvidia as a shining beacon in the tech investment portfolio. Against the backdrop of forecasts projecting a steady climb, experts anticipate Nvidia's stock might see a notable rally by an additional 14%. The buzz around their Blackwell chips and AI solutions suggests solid growth potential, establishing Nvidia as not merely a participant, but a leader in today's tech evolution. If there was ever a conversation starter for investors, Nvidia's strategic dynamism and technological flair are it. As we navigate this electrifying landscape, one can't help but wonder, how do you perceive Nvidia's influence and its future trajectory in the AI realm? And finally, if you would like to know what companies like Nvidia have been up to these past few days, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen.